Welcome back, Pacific Northwest Farrier show. Today I'm going to be shoeing a horse named Hawk, and I've been shoeing him now for about 3 years, and about a year and a half ago he had a laminitic episode. So he had just a mild case of rotation in the coffin bone, and we were able to catch it really quick, and fortunately his owner manages him really well, so it hasn't gotten out of hand, or he hasn't reversed and gone back to having another laminitic episode. And basically I'm just going to kind of show you what I do with him and how I manage him. The big thing is just backing his hoof wall up on his front feet, because he wants to distort and just kind of run forward. And you'll see he has a little bit of stretching in the lamina, but that's just kind of how they are, you know, at this point. And also with his front feet, I use a VetTech pour-in pad, and that just basically protects the sole from anything protruding, and you know, try and protect that coffin bone as much as possible. Yeah, so we're driving there right now, and we should be there shortly.
Take it real soon. You know we got what you need, baby. So take it, move along. I said we got what you need, honey. Come and groove along. Come on. Rolling on the highway, beating up. Wow.
So here we have Hawk. He was the one that previously had a bit of a laminitic episode a year ago, and this is the current state of how his feet look now. You can just see how they just want to tend to run forward, and every time just try to aggressively try to pull that toe back as much as possible. And pretty much every shoeing cycle he does grow quite a bit of foot and quite a bit of toe, which is helpful, you know, when you're trying to work on these kind of horses. Generally, sometimes you'll get feet that are just beat up so bad, and they have to dress back so much because of the laminitis that it's a pain to nail shoes up. And sometimes the bone may have rotated so much that, you know, the sole is like almost protruding below the hoof wall. So you have to figure out a way to just try to get that hoof wall up, and basically so they're not loading all their weight on the sole, which in turn the coffin bone, because it's already wanting to rotate down. So I'll just kind of take you through the process of how I shoe, or I have been shoeing Hawk now for the last, well, I've been doing them almost 3 years, and hit a laminitic episode about a year and a half ago, I believe. And you know, he's pretty well managed now, so thankfully his owner takes very good care of him, manages him really well, and you know, helps for success when trying to take care of these kind of animals that have some sort of issues. Yeah, all for a pretty nice footed horse. He's a pretty blue roan too. Well, what do you think, Hawk? Should we do it? So this black here, that's actually the VetTech pouring pad. So that just basically protects the whole sole, and it pours in there. At first glance, we'll pull the shoe. Hey, be sure, if you guys like this kind of content, you know, let me know in the comments if there's something else you'd like to see, or, you know, something I do with my tools, how I do certain things for certain cases, if I have some on my books. Yeah, so that VetTech, you know, just pours exactly, molds to the bottom of the foot. You know, there's your frog, there's the commissures there, and just protects it nice. But yeah, like I was saying, if there's something you guys want to see, you know, let me know, and I'll try and see if I can do it. And also, if you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, right off the bat, you can see it just grows a lot of foot, which is nice. Yeah, you can almost hardly even tell he had a laminitic episode. You know, all the bruising's gone. Those first few shoeing cycles had a lot of bruising right through there, basically where the coffin bone had rotated. You know, the remnants of it. You know, over the course of time, it's finally disappeared or resolved itself and gone away. Don't really have much to trim off here on this frog, just a little bit here. These little tags. Yeah, and basically like right through here, you can see all the stretched lamina where he wants to just run forward. So we'll sight it here, check flat, then I'm gonna rasp in how much I'm wanting to dress this toe back from the top. I don't want to get carried away taking it all away from the bottom, because you're still taking away foot when you dress it from the top. And there, I've got it cut in there. I want to dress that much out of it. We got our foot pulled forward, and we want to dress that toe back to our bevel here. What you seeing out there, Oscar? Oscar man. Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. Supposed to get some book conditioner for you.
Okay. Put on when I'm done.
Yeah, it's in the right cabinet here. Wherever the right cabinet.
There we have it. So we just got done top dressing him and pulling the toe back from the top. Now we're going to sight the limb. Or I guess sight the foot and just check, make sure we're in balance and flat. Touch high and stuff there. And now we can also take the rest of the depth of the toe back from the bottom. You know, one thing, as a horseshoe or a farrier, you know, our job is to protect the foot and keep horses sound. We don't want to make them lame. So the last thing I ever want to do is I don't want to lame up a horse by taking them too short. Don't want to take them too short. And I don't want to stick them with a nail. And there we have it, trimmed up. See, and there's the foot. After it's been dressed and trimmed, my file was clogging up. So it was leaving these little ass marks, but my finished file, I'll go in there and clean that up. Pick it up here. Yeah, it's a pretty nice foot. There, that's where you can see there's all that stretching. You know, now that we got it trimmed. That's how it should look. Let's trim the other foot. Get our foot picked out here, cleaned up. It appears he had pulled his shoe the other day, so we don't have to pull a shoe on this one. But we're here soon enough that it didn't do any damage, thankfully. And a bit of the same thing. Just got lots of toe. I'm excited. I'm getting a new hoof knife by Mark Thorkelson. That one there is on its last leg. I think he took pity on me and saw one of the videos and was like, dude, you gotta get a new knife. I was like, well, I'm ready. I need it. It's the same thing. We're not gonna take away all the vertical depth off the toe before we dress it. I'm gonna carve in with my file here how much I wanna dress back from the top. Now we're gonna top dress it and pull it back to this bevel here. But I still have a little bit of length this way, so when you're taking foot off the top, you're not creating it too short this way on the vertical depth. Now we're gonna dress to our bevel there that we've carved in from the bottom. Brand new file's wanting to clog up on me real bad. One thing that I really hate is rasp marks in feet. And it does drive me crazy when I do it because of the file wants to clog up. There we have it. Oh, you're tight. So now we just got it trimmed off from the top here. Dress back. We're gonna sight it. Look for flat and balance. And finish taking off the rest of the toe before we burn the foot. Oops. Let's move you back just a little bit there, buddy. There we have it. what comes out of the VetTech pouring pad. You can see there it just molds exactly to the bottom of the foot. And then just provides protection. And then it becomes flat on this side. So that way there's nothing that's going to protrude in one area and, you know, put too much force or pressure. Now we're going to reset the shoes, clean them up, flatten them out, go to the foot, burn it, clinch it off, and then we'll put this mesh on there, and then we'll nail the shoes up, and then clinch them, and then we'll pour the VetTech. Hey, you don't gotta have the propane glare and ripping and roaring when you're just resetting shoes. You just want to get them barely, just a little heat to them, so that way you can brush all the crud out of it. It's the last thing I hate. It's for the crud to come up in my eyes. Granted, I know you should be wearing safety glasses, but I primarily do when I build shoes. If you guys like this stuff, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know. I'll do it. I'll do it. Just checking to make sure our shoe is nice and flat before we burn it on. This was actually the one, the right front, that he had pulled off. This side here was tweaked down a little bit, so we just overreached on the outside and just pulled it down. So that's where he got it, and that's how we know how we pulled it. Alright, let's get our shoe burned on here. Got a little bit of a rocker toe in the shoe. So right before I burn it here, I'm gonna just rasp a little bit of this toe back for the rocker. Get our clips cut out. You know, a proper clip fit, I guess I should say. You want the clip to be flush with the hoof wall. So if you were to run your hand or finger around the hoof wall, you shouldn't be able to feel that clip protrude any, you know. You want it to act as if it's not even there. So you want it burned in and cut into the hoof wall nice and flush, so when you run your hand around it, you know, you shouldn't be able to feel it. Same goes whether it's a side clip, quarter clip, toe clip. There we have it. The black on there, that's exactly where the hoof is in relation to the shoe. That's where the foot is fit on the horseshoe. So we're done with burning this one. Burn up our right front. How do you think you're going there, big guy? Easy down there, partner. Same thing, we've got a little rocker in the shoe. Just gonna rasp that back a little bit.
So our daughter got that steroid that most kids do when they have that group cough, and so I was home with her. And after she started to, turn the corner, get better, we took a walk outside, which we don't just, I just don't normally move that slow. If you know what I mean. To take a walk with a 5-year-old needs to stop at every interesting
And I found our clips here.
We found the worm on the ground. She loves worms. We found a seashell on the sidewalk, a very small one, and that went in our pockets. I taught her the difference between tulips and daffodils because someone had planted just a whole row of them in front of their house. It looked almost like driving to the tulip field without having to wait in the traffic. And so we looked at each one, talked about the differences. It was just so interesting to actually slow down for an hour and let her lead the way. Turned out to be the highlight of the week. No Wi-Fi required.
Rasp our sharp edges off here from where we burned.
I'm in that part where I'm hanging midair and I'm having to learn how to trust God, and this is not easy.
Yeah, thinking about leaping like into the pool or something like that, that moment is kind of like, it's like Dowd's last chance.
Yes.
Should I have stayed on the side to see what now? You go ahead and land in the water. You realize the water is safe to go, but it landing is even more so because those intimate moments,
One more time, buddy. Last time, I swear. Said I'm gonna burn it. Anyways, can't say that it's not gonna be the last time I pick your foot up.
One day, at half the price of hardwoods. Never worry again about allergens, pet stains, or scratches. They're practical, easy to clean, and 100% warranty. USA makes shopping so easy and free installation, free interest for 12 months, free
So this mesh here, it's gonna go between the shoe and the foot. And that's what helps hold that VetTech product pouring pad in. Just kind of cut my blank out here. Basically by how much I need. With my skizzers. So we take a copper rivet here. I've already got it drilled. So our rivet is gonna go right there in the hole. And right there, and then we'll go over here and peen it over. Same thing. Put our rivet here in the hole. Then we just peen it over. Now, come in and cut the rest of it off. What's your guys' favorite part about watching a horseshoer work? Or what's your favorite part about the trade or craft? Anything in particular? Do you like the hoof trimming the best? Do you like nailing the shoes on? Do you like watching people forge, build shoes, shape shoes? How about burning the shoes on? You know, a lot of people say, oh, the smell smells like burnt hair. It's actually kind of funny. When I was in college, my teacher, he'd just say, it's the smell of money. I always liked that. He's a funny guy. Well, all right, we'll nail our shoe up. So we got our mesh in there on both of them, riveted on, so that way, you know, it doesn't come off, it stays on there. Alrighty, Hawk, let's get you nailed up here. You want to brush it, make sure it gets nice and clean in there, because you want to create a nice, clean environment underneath that foot. Just kind of get rid of our little rivet mark. Yeah, so basically, you know, after this point, that's going to be covered up with the VetTech pouring pad. So you want to make sure that's nice and clean. Otherwise, you know, you're just creating an environment for bacteria to thrive in. Cleanliness is our friend. You know, horseshoe nails are designed that when they go in the foot, that they naturally, so as you're driven in, it peels out. So the back side of it is flat and the inside's got a bevel on it. Oh, easy does her there, Gavin. Getting out of hand, throwing stuff around. You know, and there's always a lot of people always wondering, is that high nail gonna hurt my horse? No, it's not. It's not high nails that lame horses, it's deep nails. Basically, if your shoe is fit, your nail holes are inside of the white line, meaning coarse. That's what's gonna, and if you drive your nail in there, you're getting into the sensitive lamina, and that's what's going to lame your horse. Not a high nail, a deep nail. Relieve this bit of sole pressure here. That's one thing you don't want. No sole pressure. Get rid of our little rivet mark there. When we burned it. there's a horseshoeing contest coming up this summer. I was thinking about going to over in Eastern Washington, and I've kind of just been pondering what aspects would be cool to include in a YouTube video and how I should go about it. If you know, something you guys don't know about and want to learn about, or just how a horseshoeing contest is ran or what it entails, you know, cover that. I do have a little video from a few months ago. We had our spring contest in Eastern Washington as well. Just kind of talked about a brief overview of how contests go. You can go check that below, check that out below. And there we have it. Up you go, buddy. So we're going to clinch them up here. It's pretty much, typically, this would be the last step you would do when shoeing a horse, but still got to do the pouring pads for them. So do this. I like to do this before I clinch them up. Do our hoof gouge. Hoof gouge just creates a nice little pocket there for the clinch and nail to sit into. Oops. And then we'll finish. Oops, sorry, buddy. Dressing that toe back more. Pretty dang sharp, Hawk. So we'll open up our VetTech here, pouring pad. This is the Soul Guard, and it's the firm one. I've had actually pretty good luck with this one. I was using the blue one, the soft, but I used it for quite a while, and I think once they changed to this bigger tube, literally, no matter what I would do, they would, the pour-in pad would fall out of the foot, and they would call me and say, hey, the pad fell out of Hawk's foot or whoever else's foot again, and you know, multiple horses. But I found this one here, and it works pretty dang good. Stays in there, protects the foot, doesn't even really wear out, you know, throughout the cycle, as you guys saw. Then we got this handy little gun, and this will squirt in there and set up, and yeah. Alrighty, let's get the VetTech poured in here now, huh? Oh, I'm making a mess. Easy. Hawk, don't. God. He wiggled on me. Yeah, so now we got to pour it in here. We're just basically waiting for it to set up. It doesn't take very long. See, it's already pretty firm, but it's just a little sticky, so just kind of waiting here for it to set up. Usually what I like to do is I either grab like some hoof trimmings there from the file, and I'll just take and sprinkle a little bit on there like that and rub it on there, so that way when he goes to set his foot down on the ground, sometimes what'll happen is it'll stick to the mat, and then when they go to move, it's like stuck, and then they kind of like, what the heck's going on with my feet? I'm stuck to the floor. Last foot to pour in here. Basically just trying to fill it in. Basically just trying to make it as flat as possible. I used to use the blue foam boards that they actually stick on top like this, and then you stick your tip in the commissure here, and then you fill it up that way. But I was kind of having an issue with the foam boards when you pull them off. It would pull the VetTech product out of it as well. So kind of resorted going back to this way, just pouring it in. And you know, the biggest thing is horse better be pretty dang good to stand here and do it, because you know he's got to stand here like this and wait for it to set up. And thankfully old Hawk boy here, he's a good one. I've enjoyed working on him over the years. Well, there you have it. Just got done shooting Hawk here with Laminitis. You know, if you guys like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to you know, keep checking out for future content be putting out. Got some ideas brewing in the head for some future videos, so you know, stay tuned and you know, let me know what you think. Thanks.